Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
All right, let's head on over again for another check of that forecast.
Okay, Alana looks so perfect standing there on the Red Rock. We like this setting, Alana.
Far from it, Sarah. It's the surroundings that are perfect. I'm kind of the imperfection here, but I tell you what, it is so worth it because it's beautiful. You know, St. George saw 43 days without wet weather, and that changed last night and into this morning. They picked up 2/10. I want you to catch, the sun was just hitting the Red Rock behind me. It's now going down. AJ, you might swing and catch that sunset. It's just dipped below the D on the mountain. It has just been a really, really pretty one. We're not the only ones up here enjoying these temperatures in the mid-60s, this November warmth surprising us all. Even after a storm came through, we're still running above average in southern and northern Utah. Okay, let's talk about the mountains because we did pick up some snow today. We're taking that live view from Snowbird. We picked up about 4 to 5 inches, generally speaking, for the high country, and it was healthy rain amounts for the rest of northern Utah. The Wasatch Front held on to that moisture with lingering showers for several hours as we were going through the afternoon. Great shot coming out of northern Utah. Scott Taylor and Chris Williams were out there with their drones, those low clouds, the wet weather. It was a gloomy start to the day, and you had those showers, but a really, really pretty shot nonetheless. Measurable moisture really throughout the state, and we did well in many locations. We saw those rain totals. Okay, as we look at the satellite radar in the last few hours, you notice that drier air has moved in. Drier conditions right now as we head through the evening, overnight, and for our Friday. So we get a little bit of a break here, but we're in between storms, so don't be fooled because we have more systems on the way, bringing wet weather to both southern and northern Utah. So it's going to get interesting here. Temperatures right now, we have peaked in the mid-50s. We were at 56 in Salt Lake. We were in the mid-60s in St. George. But as soon as we lose that light, you notice the temperatures start to drop. We're going to ease into the 50s and 40s along the Wasatch Front. And here in St. George, we'll be dropping into the 50s over the next couple of hours. Our Metrocast kind of shows those overnight lows where we're going to bottom out in the upper 30s in Salt Lake. But over the next little while, we'll fall into the 50s. By ABC4 News at 10, we'll be in the upper 40s, dropping to around 40 for the overnight and early morning hours, bottoming out at about 38. Temperature trend shows what's going to happen as we get through the next several days for the Wasatch Front, and we stay above average as we close out the work week. We will eventually dip down to seasonal norms as we move through the weekend. Now we're going to pepper in rain and snow yet again, but temperatures are mild for this time of year. Goodness, we were 68 degrees yesterday, and to say we're still in the mid-50s after significant moisture, that tells you the pattern's a little different. We are not average, far from it. As we look at the big picture, you're able to see that exiting storm system and the calm before our next storm. We have 2 different systems we're keeping an eye on. One in the Pacific Northwest that would impact northern Utah, and that cutoff low out in the Pacific that we've watched for the last several days. Very uncertain with its path inland, but it looks like now we're getting a better idea. By tomorrow night, we could see some spotty activity right here in southern Utah, but that wet weather moves into central and southern Utah with showers for your Saturday. Now, northern Utah could see a shower on Saturday, but it looks like late day we get a system diving in from the Pacific Northwest, and that would allow for moisture Saturday night into Sunday. So Sunday looks soggy along the Wasatch Front. We would see rain primarily. The snow level will fall throughout the day. We have to really nail down the timing of the moisture to know the precipitation type, but right now it's valley rain and mountain snow. And when it comes to that mountain snow, everybody wants to see that happening. It's not just good for our water basins, but it's also great for the resorts. And so this incoming storm has the potential, as you look at the accumulation there, to perform and bring some measurable snow to the Uintas and the Wasatch, and that would be good news, especially for the cottonwoods. Okay, temperatures tonight, as I mentioned, 30s for the lows along the Wasatch Front in Salt Lake. We'll be in the mid-40s here in St. George. Highs tomorrow will still be above average. We're going to run about 5 to 8 degrees above average for the state. It's going to be really nice. Upper 50s in Salt Lake. We're going to be flirting with 70 degrees right here in Washington County, so those upper 60s really nice. Next 7 days shows the potential precipitation for your weekend in southern Utah as those numbers ease. Our daytime highs really ease to where we should be this time of year, those seasonal norms. Wasatch Front does the same thing. We are unsettled until early Monday morning. If that system comes through Sunday, I do think we could see a few spotty showers to kick off Thanksgiving week, but then high pressure takes over and we dry out for your travel days right now. That is really good news, but we're not totally in the clear. The long range does suggest a holiday storm. I'll give you more on that as we get closer to Thanksgiving and Black Friday. But for now, decent conditions with another storm on the way. We're going to close out Friday looking really, really nice. And we're closing out Thursday in one of the most beautiful spots in the state, here at the Dixie Rock in Washington County, just above St. George, where it is stunning and the sun has officially gone down and it is as pretty as can be and everybody is soaking it up. Emily, Sarah, back to you.